What's up, YouTube? So today I will be installing the Nicecnc oversized oil tank on the Raptor 700. I know a lot of people in the Raptor community, they kind of talk down on Nicecnc parts, but I just wanted to try this one out. I've already tried the Nicecnc coolant reservoir out. That was a pretty easy install. So this should be a pretty easy install also. The only thing I have to do is unmount, the OEM oil tank. Mount this one in its place and just transfer, all the hoses or whatnot. So I'm also gonna put some fresh oil in during the install. So the first thing that I suggest you do is just drain the oil out so the install won't be, so messy. I'm doing a full oil change during this install, so I was gonna drain the oil out anyway. But if you do plan on getting this part and you don't need an oil change, just go ahead and drain the oil out so the install will be less, messy. So all of the oil is drained out. So the next thing we need to do is take the oil tank out. We got two 10mm bolts on each side, and we got an 8. If it'll focus in, we got an 8mm right there on the top, and then we're gonna, we got that hose clamp right there that we gotta take off. So like I said, it should be pretty easy. Be a little careful when you're trying to take this hose off right here. Of course, if your Raptors like mine, it's been used over the years and this, tubing has never been taken off, it's gonna be kind of hard to get off. So just be kind of careful not to, tear it. You may need a little flathead screwdriver to kind of help get it off. You don't have to be in a rush to get it off because you want to be as careful as possible not to damage that tubing. So just take your time with it and it'll come off like that. Okay, so once we get everything from the top disconnected, we still have one more hose on the bottom that needs to be disconnected, but as y'all can see, this is a kind of a tight working space. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this bracket right here. That's you got two 12mm bolts and you got a 14mm bolt right here, just to give yourself a lot more working room. I think it'll be easier just to take that bracket off than to try to take the exhaust off. So I'm gonna remove this bracket. Okay, so once you get that bracket off, you should be able to move that oil tank around a little more freely. And as you can see on the bottom, we got two Allen bolts that we need to take out. So just gonna take those out, and then I think it's gonna be an oil screen attached somewhere up in there. So we're gonna take that out also. We're gonna transfer that to the new oil tank. So we got everything disconnected. I don't know if y'all can see a little more oil did just waste on the ground. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but imagine if we didn't drain the oil tank in the beginning. It'll be a lot messier. So that's the OEM oil tank. We got it off. I said it was pretty simple to get off. Now the only thing we gotta do is just reattach the hoses to this oil tank, and it should go on pretty easy. I'm gonna try to wipe a little bit of that oil up before we get started on that. So I will have to take the exhaust off to fit that, in that little space. So I've tried to fit it in a few times, and it's no way that I'm gonna be able to get it in with the exhaust header, in the way. I can fit it in there, but I won't be able to turn it, how I need it, so we can mount it back up. So I will have to take the exhaust off, sadly. Okay, so I did not have to take the full exhaust off, but I did take, the mid pipe off, and I loosened the header up a little bit. As y'all can see, it's sitting up kind of high up there. So now I am able to fit the oil tank in pretty easy. And I can turn it how it needs to be turned. So now the only thing I gotta do is just hook everything back up, and we should be good from there. Okay, so in the midst of me putting the oil tank on, my tripod broke, so I wasn't able to record putting it on, but you can do those first few steps in reverse order and it should go on pretty easy. I think it looks pretty good, paired with the coolant reservoir. And I think the OEM tank is 1.5. I think with 1.5 liters, and this is 2.1, I think. So you're going from 1.5 to 2.1, so you will need more oil to fill that up. Yes, I think it looks pretty good. The install was pretty easy. So I'm gonna fill it up with oil real quick, and then we're gonna see how it looks. Okay, so after you let it run a little bit, and if you check the oil again, and if it's at a level that you like, the install is done. So I hope this video helped somebody out. Like if anybody was thinking about getting this oil tank, and I know it is one install video on YouTube from Nicecnc. They're showing you how to install it, but they didn't say that you will have to remove those two brackets, or that you will have to loosen up your head pipe to try to make it fit. So a lot of videos skip those steps. So I hope this video helped. Share it and stay tuned for the next video.